Search has been called the final frontier. This next company is one of the innovators pioneering that frontier. Please welcome Mark Watkins from Goby.
Hi, good morning. My name is Mark Watkins. Oh, thank you. Mark Watkins, I'm the CEO of Goby. I'd like to introduce John Walsh, who's responsible for partnerships for us. And we're just really excited to be here and have a chance to tell our story. And I'd like to start by telling a short story. The story actually starts in Hawaii with a guy named Jack Johnson. He's a pretty famous musician from Hawaii. Many of you may know him. And my family is in Hawaii, and so we're fortunate enough to go there periodically. And after one of my trips, I found out after I came home that I'd missed him playing 15 minutes from where I was staying. And I'm a big fan, and it just really bummed me out that I missed it. And I've been thinking about it for a while. So, I mean, that's what travel's all about there. John, you want to flip on? So, this isn't why we travel, right? People don't travel to fly in planes or sit in hotel rooms. They travel to have experiences. And so this is me and my kids in Hawaii on top of a ridge. And these are the kind of reasons why people travel, we believe, is, this is an experience that'll last a lifetime. And the problem is these are just too hard to find. So, everybody can find Waikiki when they go to Hawaii, but finding this kind of thing is really challenging today. So I've been thinking about that problem for a while, and I've been talking with a guy named Mike Stonebreaker, who's on the faculty at MIT, and he was brewing up some interesting technology. And so we decided to start a company. So this is day one in the Goby offices. We went out and we hired a bunch of really smart search engine people, and we put them to work building desks. And then we decided to build some software. So we decided to build a search engine because there's oceans of information that's out there. We just heard a little bit about that. The world doesn't really need more content. What the world needs is a way to organize that content and make sense out of it. And traditional search engines really aren't very good at this. The search box in 10 results it doesn't understand your context. It doesn't understand your task or what you're trying to do, so it can't help you. So we decided to build a new kind of search engine, one that was focused on helping you explore new things to do in your free time. That might be planning a big vacation to Hawaii, or it might just be planning a weekend with your kids or an outing with your buddies. And so our goal really is to help you spend less time searching and more time doing things. So I think that's enough jabbering about why we're doing what we're doing. I'd like to show it to you. So we're going to plan a quick adventure to Hawaii, and then we'll do a few other things. Since I teased you with Hawaii, I have to show you a little bit about Hawaii. If you're going to Hawaii, you're going to go to the beach, right? So we're going to start by doing a search for beaches. And as we type, the system is reflecting back to us concepts that it understands that match what I typed. So it understands spas and beauty and offbeat activities, and it understands beaches. Now, if I don't want to type, I can also browse. So we have over 300 categories of content, everything from things to do, places to stay, things to eat, or events that might be going on in a particular location. So we're going to browse into nature, and we're going to select beaches. Now, I could run this without a location, but I'm going to specify a location since I know where I'm going, and I could type, or we have this nifty little interactive gizmo you can use to specify your location. And we're going to zoom in on the state of Hawaii and eventually down to a particular town. And the town's Kailua. It's on the other side of the island. We're not going to go to Waikiki. And we're going to run that search. And the system's going to instantly produce for me a tailored list of results that's easy to understand. So instead of a long list of web pages that I have to plunder through to figure things out, the system's going to show me beaches. I ask for beaches, it's going to show me beaches. It's going to show me photographs, it's going to give me descriptions. It's going to put all those on a map so that I can see where they are. Now, this map's interactive. As you can see, John's dragging around the little flashlight, and when I drop the flashlight somewhere, the results will resort themselves so that all the results are organized around the location that I specified. Here's an interesting beach, Lanikai Beach. Some of you may know it. I can open up the Photos tab, and we'll instantly cross-reference photography from around the web so that you can get a sense for what this beach is like. Is this the kind of beach that I want to go to? Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm going to go there. Now, if I were planning this adventure, I might want to find a place to stay as well. And I could certainly pick a hotel or a bed and breakfast or a vacation home or even a hostel. We're going to do a search for bed and breakfasts. And again, the system is going to fan out into the internet, find relevant sites, bring all that information back, and organize it for me in a way that's just really quick and easy to make decisions on. So John's limited down the results to be within 5 miles of my beach. And if I do a search once and sort by price, I'm seeing the least expensive ones. If I do that again, I see the most expensive ones. So we've actually, this is all on top of web data, and we'll see that if John actually clicks through on one of those results. So we're a search engine. If you click on that result, you'll go to where we found the information. In this case, bedandbreakfast.com, and I could book that bed and breakfast if I wanted to. So one of the other things we talk a lot about is context, and context is location in this case. So I'm going to stay at this bed and breakfast. What can I do around that bed and breakfast? So I teased you with a nice hiking picture, so I'm going to show you a hiking trail. So I'm going to run a search for hiking near that bed and breakfast that I decided to stay at. And I'm instantly going to get back, looks like 126 hiking trails around my location. And this first one actually looks pretty interesting. It's a ridge trail, and I can start to look at the pictures. I can see there's a great picture there of a couple of kids on top of it, so I can feel like this is a kid-friendly hiking trail. And so I'd probably do that. The last search I want to do in Hawaii is to show you that we not only have free things to do, like beaches and hiking trails, but also more traditional travel content, classes, tours, guided outings, things like that. So in our case, we did a search for surfing lessons, and we got back a list of places where you can get surfing lessons. Seems straightforward enough. And so there I can spend, $102 and get a 3-hour surfing lesson. So that's it for Hawaii. That's the travel experience. I'd like to show you the local experience a little bit, because this is a really big focus for us, is what do you do when you're near your house? So we're going to run a search for Boston. We're from Boston. And we're going to get a page back that shows you all the concepts that we understand about Boston. And you'll see some nice pictures. You'll see lots of categories of things that you could do. In our case, a lot of us are music buffs in the company, so we're going to run a search for live music. We're going to get back a list of musical events in Boston, and we haven't specified a date yet, so if you want to meet aliens, it looks like you can meet aliens at the Emerson College on 11/17. I'm going to specify a date, so this is another way that our system is different than other traditional search tools, is we do understand dates, and we're finding and extracting that information. So when I say this weekend, I'm going to get concerts that are taking place, oddly enough, this weekend. And again, they'll be put on a map, and you'll get descriptions and lots of great information to help you make a decision. If you want to share this with your friends, so maybe you're going to go to see Green Day, you can pop this open, and if we were signed into Facebook, which we're not, you can just skip that, John. If we were signed into Facebook, you'd get a little pop-up window, and you could post that on your wall, invite your friends to join you, and just share what you're doing. So the last query that I'd like to do is to just give you a real sense for the breadth of content that's in the system and the kinds of adventures you can create. So if you really want to get away from everybody, we're going to show you ghost towns in Utah. And there's nobody out here. I can tell you I've been to some of these places. I used to live in Utah. There's nobody out there. And so you're going to get 50 ghost towns scattered across the state. And if we open up some of those photographs, you can get a sense for, again, for what's going on there. And this is a great adventure, right? This is not your normal adventure with your kids, but really fun stuff to do. So that's what Goby's all about. 300 categories, millions of things to do, organized in a really simple interface. We're working on a lot of great new things. We're working on an iPhone application. We're working on the ability to save and share your itineraries so you can share more with your friends. Lots of other things that we're working on. And in closing, what I'd like to do is tell you just a little bit about our business model. So we're a search engine. We're going to generate revenue through traditional search engine means. We're going to have it through affiliate revenue, through sponsored listing revenue, and through contextual advertising. This what, where, when model gives us access to very targeted information. People are telling us what they're interested in, where they're interested in, when they're interested in. And so the opportunity for brands to connect with audiences that have very well-defined interests is very powerful. So the other thing that we're doing in addition to driving awareness for Goby.com is we're providing branded versions of Goby to partners who are interested in really compelling destination content. And that branded version of Goby might help you increase your customer loyalty, your repeat visits, or it may be a means to generate additional revenue on your site. So you can see on the screen here a custom homepage that we're designing with a local hotel property that we're working with, and they're really looking to drive additional loyalty from their customers and really extend their customer service. So if you're interested in that kind of partnership, we'd love to talk with you afterwards. And with that, I'll conclude. Oh, Jack Johnson played in a concert on Saturday night in Hawaii, and I didn't make it this time, but I did know about it, so I'm getting closer. So thanks so much.